I'm interested in the stamping. I think it would surprise quite a lot of people that in your own vineyards, this is still taking place for products that are 101 markets, ubiquitous, very well-known brands that are still made in this, I was going to say handmade, but it's hand and feet. Foot-made doesn't quite have the same ring to it, though, does it? No. Yeah, we talked about how the seeds are not pressed, and that's obviously optimal, but it still feels like the preservation of these practices, there must be something more to it than just from a physical production point of view. I'm sure you could get mills that wouldn't crush seeds but would crush grapes. So is it the tradition, the sort of spiritual nature to it that means that you continue to preserve these traditions? Because I would imagine you could save on costs and optimize this.
It's a good question, and obviously it isn't actually practical to make every lease report that way. Okay, so we do have modern wineries where we're using plungers that would replicate that. But the difference is quality. The difference is that a foot-trodden port, possibly, 1.5%, 2% better than one that's made by a machine. Now, that might be the difference between a wine scoring 98 points and 100 points. And you say, well, how many tasters in the world can taste that difference? And the answer is very few, but we can. And if we're trying to make something that is exceptional, and we know that a process is going to lead to something being 1.5% better, we're going to continue to do it. But we literally don't have enough people to be able to tread absolutely everything. I mean, as it stands at the moment, we tread about 2,000 tons, and that would be with 400 people or so over the course of a harvest. A harvest would be some of the reason of 5 weeks. So it is still intense. Lots and lots of pork companies giving it up. I mean, we probably account for 60% of all the foot treading that still takes place. But we do it, and you're quite right to point out the fact that it's expensive, but we do it because it makes the highest quality. And that, is something that you're not going to give up easily.